Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and this is Beyond the Pink Door. And today my vlog is all about my new sewing machine, which is the Pfaff Select 4.2. So I bought this in March. I've been using it since and I think I know enough about it now and I'm happy enough about it that I can do a little review on it. So this is from the Select series. This is the 4.2, there's a 3.2 and a 2. And I chose the 4.2 because basically it had a few extra stitches. There wasn't a lot of money between it and the other two versions. So I did a lot of research about this sewing machine and I had it in my thoughts for a long time before I actually bought it. What stopped me buying it for a while was it was completely out of stock everywhere. So I'll put a link into the description box below of where I bought it from. So I'm in Ireland and I bought it from an Irish shop. I paid full price for it. I didn't get any discount. The link is not an affiliate link, so I'm just really happy with where I bought it from, so I am so happy to recommend them. So I like buying local to me, simply because I like good service on a sewing machine, because I mean, who wants to be without their sewing machine for any period of time and have nobody to fix it? So I've bought lots of sewing machines from this shop in the past and I've been so happy with the service, and yeah, what's more to say, really happy, highly recommended. So the Pfaff Select 4.2 is a fully mechanical sewing machine, so you can see there's no computer screen, there's no bells and whistles. It's quite a simple sewing machine. The sales pitch for this sewing machine is basically, if you want a no-nonsense, robust sewing machine, look no further. Here she is. So she is a very simple sewing machine. I personally like a mechanical sewing machine. I can see my computerized sewing machine here. We were never the best friends. It just didn't really gel with me. I like a good, strong workhorse of a sewing machine, so this one ticks all the boxes. I had an older version of it for many years, and I think I just got so used to it. I knew where all the buttons were, and I just wanted to go back to that. So this has been the happiest buy I've made in a long time. So I'm going to tell you all about it. So first things first, it is a very basic sewing machine. It's got its stitch selector buttons here, so it's basically press them down and release them with this button. It's got the length of the stitch here. It's got a reverse stitch here. You change the width of your zigzag on this dial here. It's got a tension dial as well, and then you can change the position of your needle, so you can go left, center and right here. So it's all completely and utterly manual. All the stitches are drawn up here. It's got a lovely free arm that either slides out of the way or you can take it off, so you can lift it off there. So it's got a very deep free arm. I quite like the fact that the needle and the foot are quite close to the edge here, so that's really handy for doing cuffs and hems. The free arm is also the storage box for all the feet, and I'll show you the feet now in a minute. And when you switch it on, the light comes on. It does only have the one bulb here. I'm used to having another light here, so I think I will attach another little light. It's also got a needle threader and it's got the lever for up and down here. So you use all that completely and utterly manually. So the free arm box is really handy. There's loads of storage. There's storage for all your bobbins. It comes with, I think, 4 bobbins, but I had lots of them left over from my previous machine. There's a little spot here to hold a packet of needles. It comes with a buttonhole foot. Leave that out. There's a clear plastic foot. there is another foot for doing decorative stitches. So it's got a little bit of, there's clear so you can see your embroidery stitches. It's got a blind hem foot. It's got your normal little zipper foot. It's got a rolled hem foot. Little focus. And it's got a darning foot. And then you take out this little shelf, and then there's more storage underneath for brushes and bits and bobs. So in terms of stitches then, it has quite basic stitches, but there's no stitches that I'm missing. I don't feel I've ever made anything and thought I don't have the stitch for that. There's a straight stitch, zigzag, blind hem, a couple of different decorative stitches, and then there's a 4-part buttonhole stitch. So there's no magic button to press to do a one-step buttonhole. This is the buttonhole foot. So it's 4 steps for the buttonhole. If you're looking for a sewing machine that has an amazing buttonhole and does a variety of buttonholes, this is not the machine for you. I like this machine because it is really strong, really tough. I have sewn the lightest viscose to many layers of denim and it's gone through no problem at all. There's been no stopping. It has sewn any fabric that I put in front of it. I have had difficulties in the past with other machines that mightn't sew viscose jersey or bamboo or particularly light fabrics. This goes through anything and everything, but it wouldn't have the most amazing buttonhole, so just bear that in mind. If buttonholes are very, very important to you, this is not the machine for you. But the pièce de résistance to this sewing machine is the IDT system, which is the integrated dual feed. So this is what I really, really missed on my other sewing machine. So I had a very old Pfaff sewing machine, which was probably one of the first with the IDT systems, and I got so used to that. And I really, really like a good feed on a sewing machine. So I love when I put my fabric underneath, my 2 layers feed at the same time. So I'm going to show you how that works on here. So the feet clip on really, really easily onto this sewing machine. And then this lever that you see here at the back is the IDT system. So the foot has a little slot at the back of it there where the IDT system slots in. And to put it into place, you just basically pull it down like so, and to disengage, out it goes again. So there it is. So you can see that this moves with the foot in like a walking action. And that allows the 2 fabrics together to move at the same rate. And that's what I really, really like. It's got quite a high distance as well between the foot and the plate, so you can put in quite thick fabrics. So it goes to there normally, and then you move the lever, which raises it another little bit again. And it has no problem sewing. this is quite thick. And that is 6, 8, 10. That's 14 layers of a cotton canvas fabric, and no problem to sew it through. So it quite happily sews through good thicknesses. So if you are somebody who makes a lot of bags or does a lot of jeans making, I feel that the 4.2 would be really good. I've sewn some lingerie on it as well. I've sewn bras. I found it really good for going through quite a lot of thicknesses of different fabrics. It hasn't skipped any stitches. I haven't had any problems like that at all. It's also very much geared for you if you sew a lot of stretch as well. So it's got its stitches, and it also has a version of a stretch stitch for each of them as well. So each of the stitches then has a stretch version. So where you see the purple mark, they have a stretch version, and you very simply change the dial to the purple, and that gives it the stretch version as well. So I'll show you what the zigzag is like normally and what the zigzag for stretch is like. So obviously this is your normal zigzag. And then to change it to the stretch version, so it's basically sewing each step twice. And then this is what it looks like. So it stretches really well. So I'm really happy with it. I've had great success sewing. I always leave the IDT system engaged because then I get a really super feed of my fabrics. For instance, I sewed a jersey top recently with a lot of stripes, and I actually didn't have to pin it as much as normal so that all the stripes lined up. Because the feed is so good, the fabric fed through really well, and all the stripes matched up at the end. I was just so happy. I love the fact that it is a good, strong sewing machine, and it's not going to break needles, so it doesn't refuse to sew through any thickness at all. It's actually been really trouble-free, and I haven't put any fabric to it yet that it hasn't sewn successfully. I'm not fussed about the lack of light, to be honest. I don't think one bulb is sufficient. Maybe I've become spoilt with my other sewing machine and it has lots of light here as well. And also the buttonhole would not be amazing on it. I don't honestly think I'll use it for buttonholes. I think I will take out my other sewing machine when it comes to buttonholes. But the value that I find from it and the consistency of sewing far outweighs the bit of light and the lack of buttonhole. So I'm a really happy camper. I hope that was of use to you if you're thinking about buying one, and if you have any questions about it or I've left anything out, please pop it into the comments and I'll answer. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye for now.